Hello, Tom Frezza here from the Naval History and Heritage Command, and today we are again going to be cooking with history with a recipe out of the 1945 edition of the Cookbook of the United States Navy. And the recipe we'll be focusing on today is for cornbread. Now, if you take a look inside the 1945 edition of the cookbook, cornbread is definitely one of those recipes in here that's very versatile. You can have it at pretty much any meal, and it's also made with a lot of ingredients that the cooks in the galleys already have on hand, and a lot of those ingredients can keep for a long time. So the sailors could see cornbread a lot during their time at sea. And it's actually fairly easy to make, and the recipe itself originally yields about 24 pounds of the mix. Now, what we've done is we've actually scaled down the recipe for you so you can try this at home. And we're going to go through the ingredients, take a look at what the portions originally were, and then what the scaled down version is. So the first ingredient on the list is flour. Originally 1 1/4 gallons, the scaled down version is 2½ cups. Next is shortening. Originally 1 1/8 quarts, we're going with 1/2 cup. Next is baking powder. Originally 1½ cups, we're going for 1 tablespoon. Next on the list is sugar. Originally 1 quart, we'll be using 1/2 cup. Next is salt. Originally 2 tablespoons, we'll be using 3/4 of a teaspoon. Then you have cornmeal, the most important part of the mix. Originally 3½ quarts, we'll be using 1 3/4 cups. Then eggs, whole, originally 12 eggs, we'll be using 2. And then finally, milk. Originally 1 1/8 gallons, we'll be using 2 1/4 cups. Now the makeup is actually fairly simple. What you want to do is blend together all of your dry ingredients, including the shortening. So blend them all together, and then you're going to add in the eggs and the milk, and blend it all together until you make a smooth batter. Then you'll spread out the batter into greased pans. The original instructions call for scaling about 6 pounds per bun pan. So we're just going to be using 1 pan. So baking. Bake at 425 degrees Fahrenheit for 25 to 30 minutes. Mostly you'll want to keep an eye on the cornbread as it's going, because remember, this is scaled to 24 pounds of the mixture. We're doing much less than that. So just keep an eye on your mixture. And you know it's done when it comes out kind of a golden color, but you can also put a toothpick in or some instrument into the center, and if it comes out clean, you're good to go. So we are going to get into this recipe and mix it all together and see how it turns out. All right, so as you can see here, our cornbread is done. It's out of the oven. It's cool enough for me to pick up, but it's still nice and warm. So we're going to cut into this and get it onto our 1940s U.S. Navy mess tray and really see how it looks. So let me cut into it and get a piece on there. Of course, we always have a good proper topping, especially from the cookbook, which you will find is butter. So we'll get that on there, and then we will give it a try. We also have our U.S. Navy coffee in the mug, as you can see, which was served with basically every meal aboard ship. So we're going to give this a try. It's not bad. It's definitely not like the store-bought cornbread that you can get from like the instant boxes and everything. The texture is somewhat the same, but you know, I wouldn't turn it down, especially if you have butter or honey to put on it, or if you could mix it, if you could make chili to go with and everything. In fact, that's a good idea. I might do that next. So yeah, if you're really interested in it, definitely give it a try. It's not at the top of my list, so it's not a fantastic recipe, but you know, you never know. So it's another recipe out of the 1945 edition of the Cookbook of the United States Navy. If you're interested in learning more, please visit the website of the Naval History and Heritage Command, history.navy.mil, and we'll see you at our next cooking video.